He has to come and say a few words. He has to, no, I'm not taking no for that. Absolutely, it was right and lonely. They came up the showway and they were always been 120% positive about everything we've ever done. And
My wife Flo said I had to take my hat off for this. I take my hat off for that performance. I tell you, Randy, you probably
don't you take that Confederate flag off, but
I won't, man. Proud of that. I'm from the South.
Anyway, I want Dwight to say a few words.
Well, I'll tell you what, this man right here is just part of my family. Keith loved him like a brother, and so do I. And I love his wife, Kate. She's down there with my wife, Flo. But Randy played with music with Keith longer than anybody alive except me. And I played with him when he was real young. Taught him a lot, and I learned a lot from him too. He used to get up when I had a band in high school. I was 16 years old, and Keith was 8 years old. And he would get up and sing and steal the show. And then when he was about 11 or 12, I brought a Stanley Brothers album home. I was working in Middletown, Ohio. And yeah, I spent a lot of time in Ohio. But I brought the album home, and he learned all the songs on it. So the next week, I brought another one. And he learned all those. And I was playing the 5-string banjo. Keith was playing the guitar. So we formed a little band and started playing radio shows, some local TV shows. We've been on West Liberty Radio for about a year, doing shows Saturday and Sunday. We'd tape them on Wednesday night. And we went to a show one night in Eastville, Kentucky. And there was a fiddling contest. There was a young man there named Ricky Skaggs. And Keith and Ricky met that night for the first time. And Keith invited him over to play on our radio show, and so he did, and they become a team. And started playing music and ended up on the road with Ralph Stanley the next year. Of course, I remained home and raised 2 sons. One of them you've been listening to him here tonight, Michael Keith Whitley.
They left you behind, didn't they?
Left me behind. I stayed home and worked and raised 2 sons. And proud to say that now, because of that marriage to Flo, we've been married now 50 years, and we have 5 great-grandsons. But it's an honor to be here tonight. I want to thank my good friend, Johnny Deans, for doing all this. He's worked his heart out on it, I know that. And Johnny, I appreciate it. I love you, brother. Johnny and I go way back in the early 90s. I was playing some music then. And Johnny and I did some shows together. And we did several together. And I enjoyed them. And when I did the tribute album for my brother Keith in 1994, I got Randy Hayes to play on it, and he helped produce it. His son Sean played drums on it. We got a lot of Keith Whitley musicians. The bass player, Steve Boom Boom Hayes from Iron, Ohio, he played on it. But it was a good time. Randy really made it worthwhile. Working with him was fun. But he was real critical. I never could come up to Keith's level, and I know that. But I've sure enjoyed the show tonight. Thank Johnny and his son, Little John. Appreciate you, buddy. And Paula, I guess you share. Thank her. And I really was honored to be honored by the state of Ohio. And it meant a whole lot to me, and I'll never forget it. Thank all of you for coming. The band, man, I'll tell you what, Randy brought them alive on that last one. That was really great. For a show that nobody got to rehearse for, I think this is really well.